No sane human being could think that Trump is going to lose this one. Something we can't predict is going to happen. I have no idea. Or maybe it's just, that's it. The establishment powers have shattered.
Do you think we make it to an election normally? Or is there a weird Hail Mary thing happening from either side?
Yeah, I tend to think we're going to. I mean, of course, this is the prediction business. I think that we actually do, as you mentioned, have sort of PTSD from 2020. So we do assume that there's going to be this other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
There's going to be this magic
October
door.
surprise.
Yeah, the magic door that opens and they're going to get rid of Biden, or something spectacular like an assassination could happen. Of course, all within the zone of possibility. But I think an underrated possibility, if not the likelihood, is that none of this happens. We do get our rematch, and that the forces are aligning to make both of them pretty strong. I sort of actually think, in a weird way, this was the result that made it most likely that Biden will be the Democratic nominee, i.e. there won't
He
be
won.
Well, they're holding out. Okay, so I'm well on record in saying that I think the Biden replacement thing is like the idea they're going to put Newsom in there as a sort of boomer conspiracy theory.
We call that Biden replacement theory.
But yeah, I think
You're against that happening before the election, or
I think
even
it's
after the
crazy.
election?
I mean, okay. I think Biden is the president. Like, it's like a real thing. There's like a real guy called Joe Biden.
Okay, I agree. We already have issues, you and me now.
Well,
I don't know about that.
I know there are people who think there's
He's
like
a hologram or a deep
It's
fake
a
or
glass
clone.
plate.
Yeah.
And they project.
or he's an actor or
Yes.
something.
Well, yes, to all those
By-
things. We
by
can disagree.
Dan.
We can disagree on that.
All right, there's somebody who bears an awful lot of resemblance occupying the Oval Office
No,
right
no,
now.
occupying the across the street studio replica of
and I do think he is endowed of certain authority of the state, and he can do certain things. And so, while there may be a wide array of people in the American establishment who want him to take a hike, if he really wants to be persistent in this, he's gonna do it. And I think if he had been indicted, it would have undermined his case that he is sort of squeaky clean and that look how much better he is than Trump. So I think it actually bolsters his credibility within the party. But outside of the party, I think this is actually the result that makes him the weakest plausible general election candidate that he could have been, because it is going to make the Republicans look like they are the underdog enemies of the state. Look at the way the Democrats roll. They'll indict the Republican nominee for 95 different felonies. And look at the way the Republicans roll, which is that they won't weaponize the justice system. And however, we have this sort of, Spock-like Republican prosecutor person just throwing a nice little aside that they think the President of the United States actually isn't capable of executing his duties. And I think it's withering. Like, I think it's bad to be indicted. I think Trump's life is more acutely stressful than Biden's. But in terms of the sympathy of the average voter, Biden looks like a bit of a bully here, and Trump looks like the underdog.
What if just on election night or like right before they agree to debate, and then quite literally both Trump and Biden just collapse on stage? Just like,
it's totally possible. I'm not saying
just
like
both of them, and we're like, wow, nobody expected that. I mean, I thought Trump was pretty good, but then the argument the Democrats have is, well, Trump's old too.
people don't drop like that as much anymore. It's not Russia, right? They don't have,
Right.
They don't have,
It's not
they don't have gravity
You
problems.
haven't watched Suddenly Died then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I
Or
mean,
died
it's just.
suddenly, sorry.
I mean, Biden had a brain aneurysm in the '80s, so his late '40s. And
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's young.
So, I mean, but he's had like 35 post-brain aneurysm. He's had more post-brain aneurysm years than I have had life.